Awesome forge map, really well made, and really just a fun map to play, Walshy.
Yep.
What do you see here? Do you see anything here right now that is kind of like striking you as like odd, like things that they're doing, or is it pretty standard Halo?
I just thought it was a little weird of first strike to try desperate over to get that flag after it was already down at yellow. You notice how someone's already recovering it and they had two people there. No need to run across the front of your base to get over there. I mean, I guess they eventually sort of got control and were able to push out, but just seemed like, all right, I would either flank out through purple, get over to the other side of space, or, you know, just even sit top purple and put shots down.
Right,
you need to realize what flags you can stop and which ones you can't.
Now, they have the flag here. It seems like they're going to go top perp, which makes perfect sense here because the pressure was coming from yellow side. Now, two players are going to go down just like that. What could they have done a little bit different? They had two players up on that side. The flag guy was getting shot at. There was one more person there. Seemed completely ineffective.
They had no one punishing whoever's shooting the flag guy.
Yeah.
A lot of times, it doesn't mean you need to stand right next to your flag person, but you need to have the right angles, realizing where you can get hit from. I like how they were set up in time for OS, and they do eventually secure it. Whoever Tim is, it's Canuck. He ends up securing the OS.
All right, well, let's go to Canuck here.
Yeah.
Canuck actually is going to be number 4. So there we go, Canuck. And in case you guys are wondering, yes, we do have a switcher. We actually can't switch between views in this tournament. So that is an awesome focus fire thing, by the way. Just want to point that out there. No one really has this kind of technology. You don't really see that all that much. So just, you know, wanted to give a shout out to those guys. But all right, going back to the action, flag has been pulled once again by the red squad. That will actually be Showtime. And they're taking it through purple side, and Canuck actually will be there for the stop.
Now, it's so risky to go dead around a corner, like with no vision, when there's a flag right there, because with the one-hit melee with the flag, you're just asking for it. You're just you're just basically creating such an opportunity where they can come around that split second, melee you with it, and you're dead. So I didn't like how he even got that play in particular. I wish he would have just played it a little different, like took his time, didn't go out the front window. Yeah. But you know, he got the stop, and looks like they eventually got the recov.
Yeah,
so
we are on board with Effect, by the way, is the one we switched to here, because he was the closest into the base to try and prevent that flag cap from happening. Couldn't do so, but he stayed alive.
Now, I don't like his play. I think he needs to sprint he could have sprinted a little bit further in front of his flag guy to put some better cover. I mean, his flag guy died, and this is actually fine. I mean, he ended up getting the kills. So that's what they were lacking that first time, was they didn't at least have someone in front of their flag to kill whoever was going to be contesting it or killing their flag guy.
Yeah.
Last thing you want to do is have an enemy kill your flag guy without being punished for it. It's all right if he kills your flag guy and he gets killed for it, because you go 1 for 1 and then you end up rallying the flag a little bit further and end up getting the advantage in time. Because as long as you get the flag to your side of the map, you're going to get numbers advantage. Basically, your teammates are going to spawn a little bit closer to the flag, and as long as you go 1 for 1, you can rally a little bit further, and you're going to have an advantage by time and distance.
Yeah, well, Battle Snipe, by the way, has the flag in his hand. We're going to go ahead and switch on board over to him here. And you had mentioned the stuff about the corners before, and he jumped around the side. He knew that he was in a bad spot because he was kind of by himself on that one. So let's actually go ahead and...
a weird wait. I mean, he waited a few seconds, and he just thought that... He's like, oh, well, I would have waited a few more seconds, got my shields back there, because he already waited that long, unless he knew someone was flanking him at yellow. So we don't hear all their communication. I mean, it's really intense. These guys are all yelling, and you're not sure exactly what these guys are hearing. So I didn't know the exact situation there. So it could have been the right play, but obviously when we have our God view here, it's always easy to critique. I think I'm a little harsh on some players, but I think that's what I do best. Is I think I find out the small mistakes that people make and try to point those out.
And I think that, you know, when players go back and look at the broadcast and, you know, they think to themselves, you know, how could we have improved? How could we have overcome in this situation? You know, they can take advice from players like yourself and Gandhi and Gosayami, like players like that could really shed light on what they're doing wrong and improve on it. You know, that really is what it's all about. Whenever I cast Call of Duty, I'm very adamant in doing that, wanting to make sure that I'm analyzing every single play, what they're doing, how they could do it better. And even then, sometimes I don't get it right, because there's always just new strategies and new ways of approaching a situation developing all the time in competitive gaming, no matter what game you're playing. Yeah. So, and that's what makes all this awesome.
You can always improve. And yeah, I've gotten those comments quite a bit too. A lot of players that I've been at the event saying, like, I really hope you get a chance to commentate on my event, or are commentating my game, or at least coming over and saying, hey, we're going to play on the side station. If you're not casting right now, could you come watch and let us know if we do anything wrong? So it's great to see the community out here really wanting to learn.
Well, and I think that even speaks to the Halo pros as well. Guys like yourself and, like I mentioned, Ghost and all that. I mean, you guys have been around for so long that it's almost as if you're just educating the young minds of competitive Halo. You know what I mean? But in any case, by the way, great play by Effect, I must say. Actually came around the base and got the return on that one. Great defense, able to return that flag right back for his team there. Great stuff for
got
first
that cap for his team, basically. I mean, they had the flag at their base during that standoff. He gets the double kill and the recover.
That's great. That really is.
More.
And you know what, too, by the way, they, if I'm correct, Effect right now is his team is currently going to be up by 1. It is going to be 3-2 right here. We do see Canuck in the middle of a gunfight. He's going to be able to get into a gunfight himself there. Effect having to back away from that one. And I like that, though. I like that players aren't getting, like, hungry. You know what I mean? Like, they're not pushing in for too many kills. Because I often feel like players, like amateur players in various games do that way too much, where they just get a little antsy, especially when they're playing at a live event.
No, and I agree with what you're saying as far as overslaying.
Yeah.
A lot of these guys, they seem to be very efficient with the flags. Like, you don't see these guys getting just way too many kills in the base and not pulling the flag immediately after. Like, right here, he pulls that flag, and he's running all of his teammates. If he gets around this corner, he's going to be in great shape.
Yeah, and actually, he does get around the corner.
Now, I would wait top purple. If he waits top purple, perfect play right here, get your shield back, and then go.
That is good.
I called that, man. That's what you got to do right there.
How's it going? But keep in mind, though, the flag has been pulled, though, for Showtime. It is going to be 3-2 right now. Flag's going to be on the other side of the base there, and Effect is going to go down. That was going to be a stop, but Apocalypse will be there for the stop as well. And now Canuck will have the flag. He's going to get dropped, and it seems like we're going to just be jumping over to Apocalypse here on the screen. Flag has been returned for the red squad. What a play there, just pretty much a switcheroo, just as you thought that they were going to be able to go with that flag cap. The guys over at Showtime not letting that happen. Great plays by both teams.
Yeah, great plays all around. Like, he ran that flag near perfect.
Yeah.
Now, what he could have done different once he got over to purple side is, the way I look at it is a lot of times when you're a flag and you're going through a small space like that, the only way someone's going to kill you is if you're one shot already and obviously exposed to a battle rifle.
Yeah.
Or in certain cases when you go around like a corner in between like purple to your base, someone's going to have to nade one shot you. So what do you do if someone's going to try to possibly grenade you? You want to create some more space, so don't take the corner as sharp. Go a little bit wider. That way you can see a grenade and actually dodge it.
Yeah, and I do want to point something out here as well. We are on board with Apocalypse, and, you know, the flag did go in, so now it is going to be 3-3 right here in this matchup, a tied game. But Apocalypse, instead of chasing after the flag, making a foolish mistake, waited for OS to come up, and now he's making his way over to the flag. Very, very effective use of this one. Unfortunately, he is going to lose a lot of the OS, but it was going to be enough to keep him alive, taking the flag over to the yellow, right to his teammates. There's a lot of pressure coming out from the bottom side. Apocalypse is going to get taken out on that one. And Walshy, I'm really, really impressed with how both teams are playing here. You could tell they really want to stay alive in this.
Great plays on both sides. That was great. Hard light shield. See, you were pointing out too. Like, why aren't people using those ordinances? Right there, it showed perfectly that. Look at, he used that perfectly. He stayed alive because of it, and possibly even secured a kill for his teammate because of that. So, people, if you're at home and you're playing V3 settings and you're not using your ordnance drops, I understand if you don't use them right away. Let's say you got it and you're on the other side of the base, and you don't want to drop it in case you die immediately, or don't want to give away your exact positioning, but once you get your next spawn, drop that immediately, man.
Yeah, and actually still on board here with Apocalypse, by the way, as he's getting into a gunfight. Managed to take out one.
And great play. He pushes over to gold. He pushes away. This is what we saw earlier when we saw Forrest playing on Simplex. That they would chase all the way back to the base and be at square one, just like they spawned again. Instead, he gets that person completely weak, runs back, and just pushes the opposite side.
Wow. Great return there for Apocalypse. The flag is now going to be pulled in, and I think that might be a cap for them on this one. Some fantastic plays by Apocalypse. So impressed by this player. 4-3 right now in the count. First strike is going to be up in this game.
He really is playing like a top pro right now. When I see some of these plays, such as that right there, he realized, all right, I got the flag recovered. I know my teammates are over there. I have trust in them that I don't need to stop whoever's on that side. I can hold off two of them by keeping them at purple side of their base or under their base, and we should be able to secure that cap, and they got it.
Yep. Well, let's actually go ahead and jump on board with the guys over at Showtime. We're going to see what's up with One Monk here. Hopefully, he has the. All right, let's see. Let's see what's up with 6. All right, we are on board with 6. There we go. So 6 now on your screen here, and he has the sword in hand now. How effective? Oh, he sliced him, and he might be able to get this cap in. He doesn't get the cap. The return happens. Unbelievable stop there by the blue team. 6 could not seem to put that one in. One Muck now has the flag in his possession. What a stop there, Walshy.
That was, yeah. Great play. He got stopped, and I like how he did not sit around to get the recov after he killed 6, because he realized he was going to get picked off for sure.
Yeah.
Whoever that was on first strike. So I like how 6 played that perfect. I think you're about to ask how effective the sword is, and it does have its place in this game to a degree. Obviously, it's a powerful short-range weapon. It's nothing compared to, the Halo 2 sword and whatnot. Like, that thing was just a monster.
I would never forget that. The lunge across the maps were real.
Dude, oh my god, Halo 2 sword. The number one thing that pissed me off when I'd play with people that weren't my teammates is, like, people would always connect the dots. By connect the dots, I mean they would get a little too close to me. Like, instead of, like, if I'm too close to the sword guy and I'm going to die, take the sword death like a man. Just run forward and you don't want to back up, so you got to take it like a man, seriously.
Take the death like a man.
You should. I'm too close to the sword, man, just, kill me. I deserve it. And I'll at least run forward to take some of those. That way, I don't back up into my teammates and let them, what I call, connect the dots. Where they kill you, the sword, and they lunge closer to you, which in turn lunges closer to your teammates, and they can do one right after the other.
Swoop in and get that. Well, I do want to point this out, by the way. The flag has been pulled. It is 4-4 right here. 6 is going to get taken out. And just like that, first strike was going to be able to put it in. They managed to tie it up again at 5-4, but first strike answering back. Great plays once again by those guys. Apocalypse definitely impressed me the most out of all of them.
No, he was playing great. He
very
great
well
plays
aware
from both sides. I really like we're getting further in the tournament. We're seeing better plays. We see people playing smart, and I'm certain a lot of these teams, because we have mainly local people around here, like almost all Canadian teams. I don't know how many teams even flew in from the States out for this for the Halo event. But yeah, we just still hear some banter going back and forth. I was trying to listen over there and hear what they're saying.
Yeah. Well, we are going to get the second matchup set up here in just a little bit, guys, but we want to hear what you think. What do you think about these two teams? Who do you think could take it? We just saw a great game there between First Strike and Showtime. I mean, that's just game 1. We have another one coming up. It is going to be best of 3. This is a loser's bracket, so the winner of this will actually move on. The loser gets eliminated from the tournament.
They're out of here.
They're out of here. And just so you Halo guys know out there, this tournament almost didn't happen.
For the Halo side.
For the Halo side, yes. For the Halo side, it was going to be canceled because no one was coming out for it, and then a lot of the Canadian players kind of got together and was like, let's rally together.
Like, I'll back up the Halo guys in this case. Like, a lot of times we're slackers as far as coming to register to a tournament. We're like, oh, there's no early registration, bonus, or I'll just register the day before. It doesn't really matter. And so they saw the numbers and they're like, oh, well, if people haven't registered yet, we're not going to hold it. And then people are like, oh, yeah, we want in. And literally all 16 passes sold out within, a few hours.
And also I do want to give a shout out to my friends over at Go Beyond Entertainment. They were also a big factor in that
they definitely pushed it out there.
They tweeted out there, said, guys, there's a tournament out there. You guys want more tournaments? Go to them. And that definitely happens. So
yeah, because
really cool
I hear
stuff.
that from all these guys here, too. They're saying, we don't have as many tournaments out here. And I'm just thinking, you guys don't sign up the minute that they're up, too. Like, you hear about, like, some of the AGL event stuff, like, pass it on out immediately.
Exactly.
And, I think
I was very pleased, though, when Jeff told me from UMG that UMG Halo actually passes were going on sale, and they were actually going the people were buying them. Good. Yeah, people were actually buying them. So, more of that. You gotta show that I guess awareness on it, or not even awareness. I should just say that.
If you know you're gonna go, buy your pass.
Exactly.
Let people know that people are interested in this tournament. More numbers that have, more people are gonna keep attending. Yep. They have big turnouts. So.
More tournaments equals more streams, equals more Halo, equals better for everyone. So, guys, we are going to get this next matchup set up here in just a little bit. I don't know if it's Slayer or something like that. I heard Slayer, but I could be wrong.
I think I'm looking at Flag Adrift.
Flag Adrift, okay. I know this is, and my, excuse my, I guess, obliviousness on this one. Is Slayer still played?
Yes.
Okay, I was like,
because
every single time I watch a stream, like I watch AGL Nashville, and I didn't see Slayer like once. And I love Slayer, but I guess it's much different in Halo 4.
Well, and like these games too, teams are vetoing them, and I I agree with those. For example, I think Slayer is slightly more random or slightly less skillful in certain aspects to objective. Because when I think of a Slayer game, you can't really be down 20, 30 kills in a Slayer game and come back. I mean, it's very rare if that ever happens. But you can literally be down 4 in a flag game, actually get your setup, do things correct, and come back.
Some of the greatest matches in the history of competitive Halo were Slayer. I mean,
it's a very integral part of the game.
Goofy's pit clutch, if I'm correct, it was Goofy.
Yeah, on pit.
On pit.
Correct.
That was
no
like
scope.
one of the craziest shots I'd ever seen. The crowd went absolutely nuts. Like things like that. That's what I like to see.
No,
but
I love it.
I can understand.
I guess I'm just I'm more biased towards OBJ games. I think
I love objective game types.
So I really love that aspect.
I'm a big fan of Extraction too.
Yeah.
I actually, it's a very different kind of Halo game type.
No.
One that I mean, it's brand new, never really seen it, and I think it's actually pretty cool. So
I really enjoy it too. It has that great strategic aspect where you see teams, some rotating too early and sometimes losing their arm spot, or rotating too late and then the other team getting control of the pace of the game. So I've seen, especially in like something like Station 9, like teams just rotate over and over and sometimes get complete control of the game.
Yeah.
But you really have to have your stuff together in order to, play that well as a team, because it's really hard once you start to lose the momentum, once you start to lose control, to bring that back and know when to give up an extraction point, because it's so tempting. You always feel like, I could maybe stop this.
Yeah, well, actually, guys, let's go ahead and jump into the action here. Now, so actually, switch it up. Hopefully, Jeff will bring it. There you go. All right, so what are we looking at here? And let's go ahead and kick things off with my boy, Apocalypse, because he has been just playing so well. He was 17-10 in the last game. Just great heads-up plays by him. Not the greatest stats, but just great heads-up plays. So what are we looking at here, Walshy? What's our map and game type? Maybe for some Call of Duty viewers at home who may not know.
We're playing a drift flag, so each team has a flag. You have to have your flag recovered in order to cap it, so there's going to be many situations.
Flag needs to be at the base.
Yeah, flag needs to be back at the base in order to cap. So a lot of times, a great strategy in this is being very aggressive. I always say that aggressive is the way to go in flag, because you can get to their side of the base, and even if they grab your flag, you can just run a counter cap. They're not going to be able to cap unless they recover yours. So if you get used to this aggressive play where you can run it either away from their flag guy or towards him and just basically return the flag on the way back, that's the way to go on this. So I really like we're watching Apocalypse, and he did it very well. Like, you notice at the very beginning, his team sort of lost top middle control. Yeah. And so he went down low and flanked. That's the things you want to do. Is you don't have position advantage anymore. You want to get away. You want to be a nuisance on somewhere inside the map, and you don't want to be someone that's very vulnerable, like up top. So he did a great job, and then once he realized his teammates spawned again, he made a flank and tried to get top control. So very smart plays.
Yep, well, we are still on board here with Apocalypse. Flag has been pulled, by the way, by the guys over at First Strike. I don't know who pulled the flag there, but Apocalypse is going to get into a 1v1. He is going to get taken out on that one. Effect will be on the screen here. So let's actually hop on board with Effect, who now has the flag in his possession, as he's going to be making his way over through the lift here, and he can't get in there. And the guys over at Showtime talking that hot garbage.
Yeah, said, where are you going?
He's like, where are you going, buddy? I'm trying to get to the lift here.
That's what I would just give the sarcastic, remark, like, I was trying to get to the lift, but you killed me, man. What's up with that, bro?
It's like, that was actually really offensive. Why would you do that to me? But the actually still on board here with Effect. Flag now has been pulled. Canuck was actually taken out there for First Strike, and it seems like this could be a flag cap here.
Yep. What they need to do is they need to get their attic right now. Once you have the flag back at your base, as long as you get top control of your base, you're safe. Basically, as long as you get attic, because you can, once again, I always stress this over and over again, but controlling the pace of the fight, having that height advantage, it's basically the best way to assault a base is getting attic. So if you get that under control, when you're bringing a flag back, you're going to be just fine.
Yeah, you won't have to worry about anyone coming through the tunnel, like Red Tunnel and stuff like that, to kind of like cut them off, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
Well, there you go. And my call-outs might be a little rough, by the way.
You're doing just fine.
I'm just, I'm catching up here. I'm getting ready for my other UMG Halo that I'm going to be casting with a lot of the awesome Halo guys. Hopefully you come out as well.
Yeah, I would love to figure out a way to get out to that event. So
we're gonna figure it out, Walsh. We're gonna figure it out.
And at UMG Halo, we figured out that's gonna be my birthday weekend.
That is right. I'm just gonna get you like a Master Chief cake or something like. I don't know if a Master Chief cake.
Dude, I actually have one.
You had a Master Chief cake?
I'll have to show a picture later.
Yeah, you're gonna have to tweet that.
It was badass.
It's like, tweet me the cake. Yeah, but that's awesome though. The cake is not a lie. Flag has been pulled once again by First Strike. Don't know who has the flag here. We were on board with Effect. Effect did get taken out on that one. Canuck has the flag. So let's actually jump over to Canuck here, who has the flag in his possession on the red side of the map, needs to make his way over. There is going to be someone behind him, though. Effect is going to be there for the coverage, and I think they are going to be getting kind of botch on the jump over here, so he is going to have to rethink his solution.
Yep. And I like this. He hesitates a few times, but he realizes he can take the back jump. Ooh. And he misses it.
What? He misses the cap?
He did get it.
Oh, wow.
At least his teammate pushed it in. Yeah. But yes, that you really got to be very precise with it.
Battle Snipe did get that flag in, but who was that sniper on the other side? That demon. I think that was Fate. Yeah, that was Fate.
Yeah, it had to have been him because we see him lifting over with it. I'm assuming he'd be out of ammo because he realized the flag was gone. No point in giving it position and lifting over that. But
yeah. Looking at this, by the way, I'm really excited for the balance update that's coming out. I mean, not to say that I don't like what I'm seeing here, because I know that a lot of Halo people may not agree with this, but I actually didn't really mind it all that much. I mean, I enjoyed the game, but then again, I didn't play it at an ultra competitive level like everyone else, that enjoys competitive Halo does.
Well, I think we want to see the game.
But a 4-shot BR is always a nice thing.
Yeah. Well, we just saw too much DMR dominance. A gun that was easier to use, especially at a distance.
Yeah.
Killed faster. I mean, just all around a better weapon. So now we're seeing weapons that should be able to contest the DMR. Like the BR, definitely superior in mid-close range.
Yeah.
Long range, they now increase the rate of fire for light rifle. Yeah. I'm going to see how viable that is because I didn't get tested as much, but I just feel that at this level of play with top players, obviously, it could have its place in super long-range fights, but for the most part, you're going to want to have a BR or a DMR along with you. I mean, you're never just going to be only long-range fight.
And it's also a comfort thing, too. A lot of people are just comfortable with the BR, with the DMR. They're familiar with it.
Yeah, guns they've been using for years.
Yeah.
Light rifle, completely foreign to a lot of people. I mean, it's only been out here for, 6 months at the most.
I do want to point this out, though. Do you remember in the Halo Reach beta, the carbine, how awesome that gun was? Do you remember it at all? Because I did, and it was awesome. I really... No, was it Halo Reach or was it Halo 3?
It's probably the Halo 3 beta.
Halo 3
beta, yeah.
Yeah, there you go. I'm sorry. Halo 3 beta.
I was a little confused. I got to play a little Reach beta, but how much did you get to play, man?
No. I played a lot of the Halo 3 beta, and I was addicted to the carbine.
I don't remember how sick it was. Tell me how sick it was.
It was really good. It was actually substantially better than the BR back then, because I think the spread on the BR was a little bit worse. Or something about damage or something like that. It just wasn't good at long range, and the carbine just tore you up in like 6 bullets. It was so awesome. But yeah, so in any case here, we are still on board with Canuck. But we're going to go ahead and see what's going on over with the guys in Showtime. I'm going to go ahead and see what's up with Fate here. We haven't really seen much of him. He's been a little quiet. He has the rocket, so he's going to be doing something. Right now, First Strike's going to be up 2-0 in this matchup. Showtime needs to step it up.
Now, I don't like this play already. Why put yourself in a horrible position with the Rockets when you could go get top center and then eventually push their attics?
Yeah, I was actually going to say that.
Yeah, I hope he gets up top with this because right now it's just going back and forth with these, and I don't understand. Even if he gets a kill or two here, what are they going to do to transition this? Because if the other team has someone in attic, these
that was a waste of a rocket.
Yeah, just complete waste of rockets. Back up with these because even if you go out with this, it's going to be hard to reload over there. I do not like this play. He should have gone to their attic from top center.
Well, I mean, but now they're going attic, and they do have rocket control here. That actually, rocket did not connect with anyone on that one.
He's just throwing out the last rocket.
Why would you do that? Use that rocket. I don't know. I mean,
I don't know about you, Fate. I don't like you.
Walshy doesn't like you, Fate.
No, I don't.
Oh, man, that is not good. But, yeah, Fate is finally going to get taken out on that one. Don't know who was there for the stop, but the flag was pulled, if I'm correct. Yeah, that will actually be one Monk. He's going to try and get that flag to the base, but there's going to be a lot of opposition there from the guys over at First Strike, and he will get dropped. Let's actually see what's up with Epidemic here. He's been a little bit quiet on your screen. Flag now has actually been pulled by Fate. Battle Snipe's going to be going in a 1v1 here with Epidemic. Epidemic able to overcome that one, but he is going to get taken out there by Canuck.
Yes, and they're actually in a great situation. Like I said before, as long as they go 1-for-1, they're going to be able to rally this flag back in.
Yeah.
Like I said, because they're going to spawn close to the flag, and they have to make sure they at least get kill for kill. Worst case scenario, because if they do start dying, die without getting a single kill, they could end up, getting this flag recovered. They put it in, but like I said, if you get the flag to your base, almost make it a rule, get a kill before you pick up that flag. If your teammate died with it. Otherwise, you're going to put yourself in a bad position.
I do want to point out what Battle Snipe did there. very, very good. He was just creating a lot of problems in the back of the base there for Showtime, being a nuisance for them, like not allowing them any kind of quarter whatsoever. And then they was able to capture the flag finally, but still the damage was already done, and the guys at First Strike were able to actually push into the base.
Yeah.
But now Showtime repelled that ambush there. And, you know, good plays here by both teams, but really right now, First Strike is looking a little bit stronger in this confrontation.
No, you were very observant there saying what Palestine did, because he realized he wasn't going to be able to get the stop, but that doesn't mean that you can't eventually turn that into a possible countercast.
Exactly,
so
that's what I was thinking.
He definitely created the opportunity. They didn't get to take advantage of it, but that's this whole game. You can't take advantage of, you know, you can't get every cap every single time. So he, you know, did the best of his ability, created as many opportunities as possible, and just, you know, it wasn't enough.
Yep, and the guys at Showtime have been able to recover their flag as it was pulled briefly. And you're actually looking here, Epidemic watching Attic. You had mentioned this before. They're playing really far back here.
I don't like this because...
Ooh, that's why they lost rockets.
But even so, even if he knew rockets were coming up, like, you can have that distance in the hall. Like, just stay, you know, keep your BR looking down that hall. If that guy comes around the corner with rockets, he's going to have to wait one. He's not going to even be able to hit you with it as long as you have enough distance. And instead, he let that guy get close enough to where he's going to have height on him, or where he can actually rocket him from mid-range. So that was just a complete, you know, big mistake on his part. He could just stayed there, watched the hall, and been patient.
The way that First Strike is playing this flag run, it's almost like they're dancing. It really is. Like, they're moving together in unison, and it actually is really cool. Like, the one guy who had the rockets, he was just
Attic right here, and just, that's it. That's it. First Strike wins. I like how he came back to watch the Attic, because, like I said, he can, you know, as long as they don't get Attic, he can watch, you know, low hall, small door, everything. Yeah, that was just great plays. So First Strike has defeated Showtime in this one. Actually,
and,
I do have to give a shout out to Canuck.
So
I get called out a lot for being an old gamer. Canuck is 35 years old.
Canuck is 35 years old.
35 years old.
Bless him. My God, Canuck. Shout out to you, bro. 35 years old, brother. Watch out for the camera.
So the reason that we're a little dark right now is they dimmed the lights a bit here. Yes, for ambiance. So
ambiance. That's what it's about. You know, but yeah, the guys at First Strike talking with us. All right, folks. So with that said, First Strike moving on to the next round. Showtime are eliminated from this tournament, but they played valiantly. You got to give them credit. So a huge shout out to Showtime for coming out and supporting competitive Halo here at UGC Niagara. Guys, we're going to be right back with another matchup. Do not go anywhere. Some more Halo with Golden Boy and Walshy.
And we're going to get some lights for you, too.
And we're going to get some lights. Yes.